So, all right, I'm back again. Just got recovered from my health issue, and we can start the video now. In this video, we will talk about the functions part two, where we will cover the topics about what is the difference between the impure functions and the pure functions, and we will see the concept of about the pass pay value and pass pay reference, and the blueprint paradigm doesn't obey the traditional program traditional C++ programming law. Example, we will talk about that. Yeah, maybe we can better demonstrate it in the programming concept. Okay, we will get back. Now here, this is the last part we have talked about, and you see the damage player functionality. If I press the one key, the player will get the damage, and I have just altered some change. For example, the character can't run now, it will just start walking. We will see how to do this. It's very easy. So if you press the 1, you got to see the character is getting the health damage, right? But what is my purpose is, now let me do this. So what is my purpose is actually I'm thinking about like making this, when the character is closer to this one, maybe like around uh, 600 to 700 units, the character, if the character is closer to this one, um, we gotta say the damage can be possible. Okay, so we will do that round. So pure functions, first of all, the pure functions, which means it doesn't have any states to just carry up. For example, I will show you a demo here. I selected the cube, right? So maybe I can say get actor location. Okay, this one actually comes from the outliner. If you're gonna select any actor in the outliner, in the outliner, inside the level blueprint only, this is possible. If I just type the get actor location, automatically that will just get detected by the level blueprint. Okay, so get actor location. Okay, so you see this is also the function, but what is it actually doing is like if we gonna pass any actor to this function, it will just display the world location of that particular actor. Where is it actually located in the game world? So this is the sole purpose of this one, right? So this function doesn't carry any state apart from this, and these functions are mostly very lightweight, which means um, it doesn't contain any crucial complex computations or contain any hard-coded logics. No, it will just contain the simple operations, and these are basically lightweight function. For the people from the IT industry and the companies, that is the working professionals, you guys can consider this as the inline functions. So these are called as inline functions, and they can be only the pure functions, blueprint pure. Okay, so I'm just getting the actor. Now our purpose is like we need to check the distance between these two, right? So I need the player location now. To get the player, I gotta see get player pawn. That is enough. We will talk about like what is meant by the player pawn class, character class. We will talk about that. So if I drag and drop, I can say get actor location, get actor location. So I need to know the distance between these two vectors. So this is just a mathematical operation. This is going to be the simple one. So I just gonna use this distance function. So you see all these functions are just green in color. Yeah, and you notice here this function and this function. This function has the two execution pins, which means it needs the support of an external event or maybe support from the previous flow of the program. But this green color functions doesn't have any state. It doesn't need to get triggered. If we gotta call this function, it will just give you the output. That's all. So mostly 2 points are now. One is this function mostly will give the output, and second thing is these functions are lightweight. And third part is visual representation of those functions will be green color. Okay. Now it will display now it will just give me the distance. I need to check whether it should be less than uh, maybe 750 units. It should be less than 750 units. Okay, if it was less than 750 units, then I need to damage the player, so I'm going to create a branch here. hold down the B key on your keyboard. Now connect the execution pin like this. And if the condition is true, if the character is within the closer to this, if the character is closer enough to this cube, then we can able to damage the player, okay? Or else I just need to show some output over this. So I gotta drag here and just type append. See all those stuff, it is green in color, which means it doesn't store any state, okay? Not within the damage radius, maybe we can display the damage radius here, okay? Cool. Now it should need to display for just for 5 seconds, and it should be green color, maybe that fits. So it should be green color, and that fits. So what is our next concept is like, if the character is within the range, then it should it should be damaged, or else we can do the we can't able to do the damage. Instead we just show the people with some information like, uh, you can't able to damage the player because the radius is too high, right? So if we gotta say here, if I press the 1, not within the damage radius because it is 1362 units away from that box. If I go closer, you see actually my health is getting damaged. You remember the functionality, right? So my health is actually getting damaged. So this is what you see, the bottom part of this blueprint flow, all of them are green colors. So this is what I'm saying. It doesn't have any state. You can call it anywhere. It doesn't need the place to get called. It doesn't need any power. Okay. Um, that's all about the pure functions. So pure functions, you can also write your own pure functions, and we will see that. And mostly please remember, like when we start making the pure functions, it should be lightweight and it should not contain any stateful changes. Like all this function, if you go for the documentation and check those, it doesn't contain any state, which means get actor location means, yeah, it will just give you the it will just give you the actor location. So that's all. If we gotta say get player pawn, yeah, it will just give you the player pawn from the game mode. If you just check the distance between the two vectors, yeah, not only between the particular actor and the between the character and the particular actor, you can just compare with two distance. And append function also one of those things like, okay, when displaying something, yeah, include this text file. That's all. So it's very simple to understand the impure functions. When you start getting the experience, you will just use the um, pure functions a lot. Okay. And the next thing is like in this video I told about, we will talk about the pass by reference and the pass by value, right? So by default, if I click a function, you see here the input parameter, right? So the input parameter, it will be pass by reference. It is not ticked. Okay, if I click it up, we gotta see the changes. I think I have zoomed out. So you see here the parameter is now getting changed to the diamond kind of shape. If I gotta remove this, you gotta see it is going to be changed in the circle. So what is the difference between those? So in the traditional programming, in the C++, if you just pass a parameter to a function, actually it will just ask for pass by value or pass by reference. Um, Pass by reference means the value or variable that you are passing should get affected directly within the function. But in the blueprints, there is no concept of pass by reference. It won't work in that way actually. So if you gotta pass any value, it will process, and you need to, at least up to my knowledge, I guess you need to make it as the output pin. Okay, you need to make it as the output pin, and you need to set the value. Oh, it's not the armor. So you need to set the value back again from this. So pass by value and pass by reference won't have a big change in the normal blueprint paradigm, but you should need to understand, like if you got a pass by reference, it won't consume any extra space. It will just directly refer the variable that you are just trying to refer from. So this variables belongs to this blueprint, right? It won't make a copy. Instead, it will directly access this variable. So that is the important change. So that's all about the pass by value and pass by reference. From the next video, we will talk about the some of the object oriented programming concept, where we see we don't need to go too much of the stuff. Maybe we can say uh, when we start talking about the C++ section, we will just cover that deeply. For now, we will see only the concept that is common for all the people. Okay, we will catch up in the next video. Thank you.